Yeah.
There is one thing we should tell you, Eric. In 2024, it's going to be our 100th anniversary of our fire department.
Right.
So.
Great.
And we have a lot of activities planned. We will have something here every month for an activity every month for the entire year of 2024. And we're really excited about it.
I'll film as much of that as I can.
That's great.
That's great.
Would love that.
That would be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Good.
Maybe like a rope back.
Hey, kid, I think Harold's on fire. No.
He's like, why have you in the air? Because then it'll come down and get you wet. They're pulling back.
How much pressure you get? Stove right up, you know, and it go pretty good. And I had, several logs in it, and then I just like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, what do you want to do? A lift? A lift? Hey, guys. A lift with the airbags?
Yeah,
What should we lift?
that's why I was trying to find something.
Tom, we gotta do a lift with the airbag.
All right.
For Mr. Beaton's gonna get he wants to get a video of the way that airbag
What
lifts.
do we want to lift? We want to lift something?
We should lift something.
What do you want to lift up, Bill?
I don't know,
We did the snowblower last time, but that seemed kind of weak sauce.
yeah, that's not much to do.
Good, this will be a good instruction for the new guys too, to see how this works. So we'll use this on motor vehicle crashes when the car's rolled over or it's on something and we gotta move it. The airbags are pretty, no lift one will tell you.
I finally got out. Oh, do you want my
What are you gonna do, that bus
Yeah,
truck thing, Tim?
Sure. We'll have to bring
That's why.
These on the bottom, Tim?
What's that?
Can you set the wood up on the bottom? Hey, where's yours? Where's yours?
No, it's got meat on it, you don't know either.
No, it's cheese. You even could, but
Oh, then on my plate. Yeah, I'm not getting in the middle of that.
We could, just lift it on this nice flat spot. You know what I mean? We can pick it up enough so that the,
I just put another stack of clipping on here and put the bag here, right?
Just hold on there upside down. Just protect the air on top of the airbag, so when it goes up into that bumper, it
You
won't,
bet.
it won't
That
bother
makes
it.
sense.
All right. There you go. Now you could even use two airbags there if you want.
Yeah, I think I will, Tim. We got another, give me
Yeah,
that.
you got that other square one there.
Do we want to block?
I think we're making a move.
You want me to start? I gotta fix the radio. That'll help. Okay, so who do I gotta talk to? I know I'm the guy for this round, so a fire school the next round.
Tom's a training guy.
Tom?
Bless you.
They probably need like late fall, summer, fall, right?
Usually.
Do you like the heat, Kenny? What? Do you like the heat? Not particularly, but... You don't want to do the summer term? That's a bitch, summer term.
You know what though? It makes everything seem easy after that.
This is true. I think that should be sufficient. You want to do 2 bags
Yeah,
on that?
okay, plug me in there. Make sure they're open.
Get some more gripping. All right.
You want to get as much up there as you can?
You bet. Make it easy.
On the line there.
Alright, we're gonna do this. We're gonna
That shit was 75.
Yep.
make sure it's on there.
I remember the day you saved the Sharon Firehouse. It was hot as fucking balls back there.
Center right
Coming up.
A fun ride.
We were at Kingswell that night. Where were you hiding at? You're not gonna.
I mean, obviously it's not coming up off the ground yet.
Well, no, but we don't want to because most of the time a person will get, thrown from the car because they don't have on their seatbelt, get trapped. He gets underneath the car. And usually you'll only have to pick it up this high just to drag them back out. Sometimes out there just in the woods, somebody's cutting a tree down. And then the tree will come down and catch them on the leg and pin them. So sometimes you gotta do it that way. Yeah, so somebody else can do it.
It's a lot faster this way, let me tell you.
Your secret's safe with me.
Colder.
Yeah, we had to use this last year up on Route 7 there when that.
Yep.
When that gal slipped the car and got stuck underneath it.
We can show you how we can cut a hole in the roof using our chainsaw, which has a carbide chain in it, so that we can cut. If we hit nails and things, it doesn't really bother. It'll cut through them. So it's just a pretty basic chainsaw with a special guard on it. And it starts pretty much like a regular chainsaw that anybody would cut wood with. Here's our chainsaw. So you can see the special guard on the end of it, which is adjustable. So you can adjust how deep you want to go. If you're cutting through like a roof of a house, you want to go 6 inches, you can adjust it for 6 inches. That way maybe you won't go down through and cut the rafters or whatever that are also holding the house up or the roof up. So that's the purpose of this guide, and it also has a carbide chain on it. Right here at the very end, you can see it's brazed on there, a little piece of carbide in the blade. So that the carbide is a very hard steel that would be able to. It would actually cut through a nail, a sheet metal like a tin roof. It would actually cut through a tin roof. It's pretty hard to cut through a tin roof because it makes a lot of noise and it really rips and tears, but it will do it. It would go through it like a wall, a tin wall, like sheet metal siding on a wall, stuff like that. I wouldn't cut an I-beam with it. I don't think it would do that, but I'm not going to try that. You would need an abrasive rotary saw for that, not a chainsaw. So that's our basic roof vent saw we would use to cut a hole in the roof so that the smoke and the heat would be able to vent out the top.
Not yet, but on the trucks, we
And
got lots of things.
we do have a circular one also. You want to grab that one? This one is very much the same. It's like a chainsaw engine, the same as that other one. This one has a rotary blade instead of a chain. This one also has carbide tips on the end of it. They're brazed on there so that you can cut. You can also cut through some nails and some light tin work and stuff like that. With this saw, you can also remove this blade and put an abrasive bit on there that you would be able to cut stone or brick or steel. You could cut an I-beam with it. It would take a while, but it's different abrasive bits, cut-off bits or blades that would saw through numerous different things. We've got 3 or 4 different blades that would go on that saw that we carry with us, depending on what we got to saw through.
Yeah. Good.
I got one of those demo files that Top start.
This is our new suction strainer. Carry on the truck. So this one is a combination. I'm going to take it down out of here. As you can see, it's got a plastic float on top of it. That's so that we could throw this in a pond, and the suction hose hooks up here. 5-inch or 6-inch suction. This one's 6-inch. So this one would actually float on top of the pond and pull the water up underneath of it through that screen. It's also designed so we can throw it inside a tank. We have a 3,000 gallon tank on the tanker truck that we would lay out on the ground, fill it with water off the tanker truck. The tanker truck would go get more water, but we got that big swimming pool full of water there, 3,000 gallons. So this is designed so you take the float off of it, let it go to the bottom of the tank. See, it's got a removable pin, and that comes off. So this piece would drop right to the bottom of the pond, and the water draws in here and out the suction pipe into the truck. So that way it draws the water all the way from the bottom of the tank, and we use all the water up in the tank. And hopefully the tanker truck comes back in and refills it before we run out. So this is new technology. We just bought this one. This one's a pretty nice unit because we can use one strainer for 2 projects just by pulling a pin. We store it back in there with the pin in it, so it's all ready to go. And that's it. Ready for action.
Thank you, Tim.
You're welcome. All right, so this is the fan. We use this it's just a big, like an industrial house fan. As you can see, it's got the blades in there that spin around. This, we also have some different straps and hooks. There's a couple of different devices so that you could actually suspend this up in the top of a doorway and hang it up in the top. So because heat and smoke rise, sometimes you want to have the fan up high in the doorway to carry the smoke out of a house. So if somebody burns their supper, there's a layer of smoke in the top of the roof, you'd probably set the alarms off in the house, so then we wind up coming. One of the things we can do is help to ventilate the house. We hook up 1 or 2 of these fans in there and pull all the old smoky air out, and hopefully be able to open some windows and doors and let the fresh air back in. It might be cold in the winter time, but at least you'll be able to breathe it.
Yeah.
Close the houses up again when we're done, and you can be warm again. The fire department has at least 2 of these fans, and usually all our mutual aid towns carry them also. So
Okay.
ventilate pretty quickly.
Thank you, Tim.
Sure.
Great.
This one's just a bucket of Speedy Dry. We use that for car accidents and things like that. Got to mop up the mess on the roadside.
We have our ladies meeting and greeting everyone, and Sharon Hospital is here. People come to us, they don't need to come to us training. We provide all of their training. We get people to... And we work hard. Between that and the bread.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Pam Scroy. Very happy to be here. I've been with Newvance for about 2 months, give or take. And prior to that, I was a police officer in the city of Peekskill. I came from a very far way to come up here. It was a beautiful drive, though, so I would do it again in a heartbeat. But during that time, I was the training officer, so I had a lot of experience in training police officers, which, whew, that's a whole other experience. At any point, if you have questions, that's a big thing. Like it was said, it's interactive, so please ask your questions, and that way, we can help you as best we can.
All right, I think without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started.
On any given day, anyone can have a sudden cardiac arrest. Your neighbors, your friends, your family. By learning CPR, you can improve their chances. You can make a difference.
Basic steps of performing CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation. 1. Check the scene. Ensure the area is safe for both you and the victim. 2. Check for responsiveness. Gently tap the victim and shout loudly, "Are you okay?" If they don't respond and are not breathing normally, proceed with CPR. 3. Call for help. If you're alone, call your local emergency number, 911 or appropriate local number, or ask someone nearby to call. 4. If an automated external defibrillator, AED, is available, ask someone to bring it to the scene. 5. Open the airway. Gently tilt the victim's head backward and lift the chin up to open their airway. This helps ensure proper airflow. 5. Check for breathing. Look for breathing for about 5 to 10 seconds. If the person is not breathing or is only gasping, start CPR. 6. Begin chest compressions. Place the heel of one hand on the center of the victim's chest, between the nipples, and place the other hand on top of the first hand. Keep your elbows straight and position your shoulders directly above your hands. Use your upper body weight to compress the chest at least 2 inches, 5 centimeters, deep.
Push straight down, hard. Push down at least 2 inches. Push at the rate of 100 to 120 compressions per minute. After each compression, let the chest come back up to its normal position.
Allowing the chest to come back to its normal position allows the heart to fill with blood. So that's called recoil. That's really important. Kind of important that you guys breathe with me.
Eight. Rescue breaths. After 30 compressions, give 2 rescue breaths. 5 sets of 30 compressions and 2 breaths equal 2 minutes. This is where you assess the victim for signs of life and decide whether it is time for you to rest.
Hand on the bony part of the chin. Tilt the head back and lift the chin. Hold the airway open, pinch the nose closed, and take a normal breath. Cover the mouth with your mouth.
Once the belly starts to swell up a little bit, you know that you've got air in the belly. At some point in time, you might want to pause and push that belly down.
All right. So we'll go ahead and hold this. So the trick looks like it's going to flex.
8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
See where you should place them.
Apply pads. Plug in
This part's here, and you want that shot to go like that. Yep. Look on the picture, you got it. Got it backwards.
And then under the armpit. Just follow the pictures on the pads.
Okay, so go ahead and plug it in into.
Walk you through some. But we're going to start with gloves. I keep you guys on that side so I can kind of see what's going on. So grab size of gloves. But thank you. That was an excellent point. excessive bleeding is about half of a can of soda. So it's a 12 ounce, pour out half a can, and that's 6 ounces. That's what they consider to be, excessive bleeding. And that's something that you want to control. So this might look like a fairly superficial wound, like a simple cut, simple laceration. You're at the dinner kitchen, you're doing some cooking, and you have a simple laceration. No big deal. Until it doesn't stop bleeding. And then all of a sudden you find out it's really deep. And you're still bleeding and bleeding and bleeding in spite of what you were trying to do. The first thing that you're going to be doing is simply applying pressure. Imagine I have gloves on. So you're applying pressure, you're leaning on it, you're leaning on your own arm, or your spouse is leaning on it, trying to make sure that the bleeding is under control. So you're holding it, and you still see blood oozing out from the gauze. So the next thing you do, you don't do looky-loo, right? You grab some more gauze right on top right away, and you're leaning on this. So you keep pressure. It starts to slow down a little bit, and you realize I got to go to the hospital. Bob comes along. Let's assume that it's a limb that I can do some work with. Flap like this, it spreads the force over an area like this big. So just make a little twist, maybe even a second twist, but make sure that the twisting point is where you want it. And then ratchet it down again. 1, 2 turns, ratchet.
I get nose attacks, so this like really gives me anxiety because I will lose circulation in my hands and feet, and then they will become those claws, and I will turn blue, and then I can't talk. If you do that to me.
The anxiety.
So what you can do later on is tuck up underneath, all right, and always checking, and then drive the spouse to the hospital or call 911.